I'm in Shenandoah National Park, and this is Lands Run Gap. This is mile marker 9, out there Skyline Drive. The parking lot here, pretty good size. Yep, there it is, my little red car. And I'm gonna head on down to this fire road and look for some old homesteads and explore some of the old abandoned roads down this way. The elevation here is 2,000 feet. About a tenth of a mile into my hike, down to 1,970 feet, and Skyline Drive's just right up there, and the parking lot's just right up there. And I bushwhacked my way down here to a location that was shown on one of the older maps, that there was a homestead here. And there's a bunch of rock piles here, so I'm pretty sure this was the spot. There's one there. There's another rock pile there. And there's another rock pile there. Let me back up a little bit. Some more here. And I think I see something over there. I'll go over that way and take a look too. So I was the old map was within, I don't know, about 100 feet of this location, so it's pretty accurate. And I'm going to just readjust my waypoint a little bit. So yeah, something was definitely here. Half a mile into my hike, I'm down to 1,812 feet. And the road, the gravel road's way up there. I stepped off the road and bushwhacked my way down here. I'm within about 60 to 70 feet of where one of the old maps said there was a, a second homestead location. I don't see any rock piles around here like you normally see, but I did come across that. That looks a heck of a lot. Hold on, let me get my glasses on to make sure that I'm getting it into the field of view here. Pretty sure I am. Hold on. Yeah, that looks a whole lot like a gravestone, a grave marker. There's a lot of graves in this park where people didn't get, like, you know, headstones per se. They took a piece of field stone like that and jammed it in the ground. And then look at this one over here. That one's even taller. So it's possible that these are two graves here that were marked with simple stones. One there and one over there. So I don't know. And these are within, like I said, 60 to 70 feet of where the old map said there was a homestead. So I don't, like I said, I don't see any evidence of an old building here. But those sure do look like grave markers to me. Seven-tenths of a mile into my hike. I'm down to 1,720 feet. Getting ready to cross over part of Lands Run. There's where I came from, down the Fire Road. And when you get down to here, you cross over Lands Run right here. Over this way is a waterfall. If I have time when I come back from my bushwhacking today, I'll get some shots of that. Here's part of the feeder that runs into it, though, right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross over and hang a left and start looking for an old abandoned road that is going to take me up high on the mountain there onto some property that used to be an old apple orchard. One mile into my hike, I'm up to 1,905 feet, and that's where I came from. Just pure bushwhacking. According to the maps, there used to be an old road coming up here from Lands Run, but heck, I don't see it. So anyway, here's the benchmark. I'll get some close-ups of it. It's from 1935, and it was put on the side. I'm up on the main road here. This is the main road that heads back towards Compton Gap. Now I hiked this road a year or so ago to this point, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue on and follow this around the side of this apple orchard area, and see if I can follow it down to where it intersects with the Lands Run Fireroad. Yeah, so, but anyway, I sure didn't see any old road coming up from Lands Run down that way. And like I said, this old road here, I've hiked it before, and this is a more of a major road back in the day, and it went all the way back to Compton Gap. So I readjust my coordinates just a little bit. And there it is, U.S. Coast and Geodetic Survey benchmark S-141, and the year is 1935. Yeah, I'm wandering around up here at the top of this hill looking for any evidence of the apple orchard. There was a farmhouse up here somewhere, right up here in this vicinity. I haven't seen anything yet, except I found this huge hole in the ground. Somebody was mining something out of here. See that? Great big hole in the ground. And over here, let me just wander over here Over here I see a big metal pipe sticking up out of the ground right there. And then there's another metal pipe laying down there. That looks like a water pipe. I'm not sure what this was. Who knows? But, and then this big hole in the ground. Now, I don't know. Could have been some kind of root cellar or something, or maybe somebody was trying to mine something out of here. I don't know. Could have been a root cellar, I guess. I'll mark it on my GPS. Just came from up there, and I'm trying to follow the old road around the side of the mountain here. It's starting to descend now fairly steeply. There's an old kind of an old bucket, and then there's these old metal pipes here. So they could have been. There's a whole bunch of them right here. Look, there's one there. They go on down there. One of them down there's got a connector on it. Oh, I see some more even down there. Huh, bonanza of pipes. So I'll get some stills of this. I'm working my way down this old road. There's some more interesting stuff. There's some more of those water pipes or whatever they are. Looks like part of an old spool of barbed wire right here. An old rusted out wash tub right here. More barbed wire. Some kind of an old can. Not sure what. Let's see what this is. Not sure what that is. Some kind of a tin bucket. So, more goodies. Okay, well I'm definitely on the road still. That's where I just came from. Up there's where the I don't know, the farmhouse must have been up there somewhere. And it must have been cleared off because look at how it's grown back all nasty and gnarly and thorny. And now that I'm below that, take a look at what I'm looking at now. Here's what it looks like down this way, where nobody lived. So this is what you get if nobody was around. When you get close to somewhere that was inhabited, look what happens. Nasty, gnarly stuff up there. .5 miles into my hike, I'm down to 1,610 feet, and I am down to, well, here's where I came from, down from where the orchard was, down this old abandoned road. And it dumps out right here at this hairpin turn. This is the main road. This is Lands Run Fireroad. It dumps out right here at the hairpin. And if you go to the left, you'll keep descending and eventually you'll walk out of the park down there another couple miles. Now I'm gonna turn around and climb back up this way, basically back up to where I first jumped off, near there, and then I'm gonna look for another road over there to the left, another bushwhack while I'm down this way. May as well see where that goes too. So for the next, I don't know, mile, I'm just going to be climbing back up to where I came from. But I'll be on this main fire road, Lands Run Fireroad. .6 miles into my hike. I'm up to 1,670 feet. And the main road is down there. I just stepped off of it over here at the bend because I thought I saw another old abandoned road, and here it is, heading up, probably heads back up to that orchard somewhere. So I got a GPS point for right here where I'm standing. I'll compare it with the old maps from the 1920s and 30s and see if this point shows up as one of the roads. Comes down here and it runs right into Lands Run Fireroad at the bend. .9 miles into my hike. I'm up to 1,725 feet, and that's where I came from. This is the main fire road, Lands Run Fireroad. I'm almost back to where the waterfalls are. They're up this way, just a short distance around the bend. But I'm going to jump off, and here's another old road heading down this side. And I'm going to follow this one down a ways and see where it goes. Tell you what, I thought this was going to be like a driveway to somebody's house, but it's a regular road coming down through here. So I'm just going to keep descending on it until eventually, I guess I'm going to have to cross Lands Run down here somewhere, but we'll see when we get down here. .2 miles into my hike. I'm down to 1,420 feet. And I'm down to, that's where I came from. Hopefully you can see that trench there, the old road. I thought maybe it was a driveway, but no, it was a road. This could have been the original road. I'll have to study the maps a little more. But when you get right down to here, and this is the last point they showed on the map, and I thought maybe they just got lazy and didn't show any more, but no, when you get down to here, the land just flattens out. So whatever trace of a road there was down through here, it's long gone. I'll have to study the old maps. It kind of rises up over there. I can hear Lands Run, but I can't see it. Now you could, now I know Lands Run's right over there, down the side of the hill, just a short ways. You could come down here and camp. I mean, look how flat it is. Anyway, I thought I would follow it until I either ran out of road or I crossed over Lands Run. Looks like you run out of road first. Interesting. So when I get home, I'm going to compare my GPS track and kind of see where I am relative to like the fire road. The fire road's got to be up there somewhere, but I'm not sure exactly where. .7 miles into my hike. I'm up to 1,690 feet, and I'm back to Lands Run, the waterfall. The trail's up there. I climbed down here a little ways to get a shot of the waterfall. This is part of it. It actually goes on for quite a ways, cascading down that way. It goes beyond that, but you can't see anymore from here. This is a map of today's hike. The quadrangle name is Chester Gap, 1994, and I hiked down Lands Run Fireroad and explored an area that used to be Pomeroy Wines Orchard. It's this area that I blocked off here in the pink. The pink marker was approximately the extent of the orchard. This is Skyline Drive up here. You park at Lands Run Gap, which is right here. You park over here on the west side. There's a fairly large parking lot there. And then this is Lands Run Fireroad. When you come down through here, this is the only road you're going to see. Everything else that I marked on this map are just old abandoned roads that I'll discuss in a minute. But the main fire road comes down like this. It crosses Lands Run right there, comes down around the side of this big hill here, makes a hairpin turn, and then comes on down and eventually leaves the park down here at the bottom of the mountain on the west side. This same road also This is the top of the mountain here at the gap. The same road goes over this way under a different name and goes down the east side of the mountain like that. So I parked here. I came down just a short distance, and then this little point right here, LRG1, I saw on one of the older maps. I'll show you that later. Looked for any evidence of an old homestead here. I did find a bunch of rock piles there. Back onto the fire road and then down to here. This was supposed to be the site of another homestead. Didn't really find any evidence of a homestead, but I found what looked to me like a little cemetery with two people buried there. There could be more, but there's 2 field stones sticking up out of the ground there. You'll see that in the video. Then I continued on down the fire road to here. This is where it crosses Lands Run, and there's a waterfall right over here in this area. As soon as you crossed over, then I started bushwhacking. This is an old abandoned road. I was bushwhacking up this road. Never really did find this road though, but anyway, bushwhacked it on up to here. Now this road goes over to Compton Gap. I've hiked that before. So if you look in my videos, you can find a hike where I hiked this over to right here. This S141 is a USGS survey benchmark right there. Then I looked around this area. Right there's where the farmhouse was supposed to be. I never really have found any evidence of the farmhouse up there. Found a bunch of other stuff though, a bunch of pipes, a big hole in the ground, which was either a root cellar or maybe they were mining some stuff out of the ground. Then I continued on down this part of the abandoned road, excuse me, right here, down this part of the abandoned road, which comes out right here at this hairpin turn, back onto the main fire road. Then I went back up the main fire road like this to here. Then I explored this old abandoned road down to here. This road basically just fizzles out down here. This area down here is pretty flat. So if whatever road there was down here has just been, you know, washed away and filled in over the years with silt and stuff. So you can follow it down to about here, and then that's it. Followed this back up this way. Then I explored this little piece of an abandoned road over to here where it crosses another piece of Lands Run right there. Now if you continue following this, I may go back some other time and continue. This climbs up onto this ridge and then joins this road over to Compton Gap right there. This whole area is extremely overgrown. It's very, very hard to do any sort of bushwhacking. Now let me show you a couple other pictures here. Oh, before I switch to the next picture. So this is the area I was hiking in. Now, north on Skyline Drive right here is Goonie Manor Overlook. I'm going to show you a picture from the 1930s looking this way towards the orchard. Okay, this is on the Shenandoah National Park website with the land records. This is the Goonie Run Overlook, and you'll notice it must have been fairly recently completed. This has got to be sometime in the 1930s because you'll notice there's no stone wall here at all. There's a man standing there for scale. So this is the overlook, And this area right here, you can see it's kind of cleared out. That's the orchard right there. That's the area I was hiking in. Now yesterday, when I actually hiked this is a picture today, of yesterday of me standing on this same overlook and looking towards the orchard right here. So this is what it looks like in 2021, and this is what it looked like. This is what it looked like in the 1930s. Okay. 2021, totally overgrown. And there's a lot more information on the Shenandoah Park website. This is the actual survey of that lot. This was surveyed in 1916. And then there's a typed up meets and bounds description of this lot. It's kind of interesting. I may go back. Some of these points where you make turns are like piles of rocks. I may go back sometime this winter and look for some of them. And then this is where I get the locations of the old homesteads. This is Front Royal, 1939. Here's the gap where you park. Right there is the first homestead, marked. And down here's the second one. And over here, up on top of this hill, on the orchard land, is where the old farmhouse was. Wasn't a real long hike, but it took me a while. I mean, it wasn't a real long hike distance-wise, but it took me a while. 3.5 miles took me 3 hours and 40 minutes, 1,042 feet of ascent. So this is a hike. If you just want to go down and see the waterfall, you can hike here, park here, and hike down here to the waterfall. This is on a nice easy hike. It's steep though, but it's a nice easy hike. But all this other stuff that I showed you is all totally overgrown, bushwhacking kind of stuff, if that's what you're interested in. And that was the hike for today.